Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the NS9 Postgame Show powered by Primanti Bros. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. Of course, with me to my right, Dougie Fresh. Doug, the Pirates win today 3-2. And here's the thing. It's not that it's Don Kelly's very first managerial win as the Pirates manager. It's not that they break the losing streak. It's you're on the show tonight and the Pirates won. I don't believe it.
I'm stunned. I mean, first of all, I'd like to start out by saying I want to dedicate this podcast to our boy Neil. I know he's having a rough time, and he's struggling with a lot of grief, a lot of emotions. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm on a win. I mean, you said we got to get ready to give out sandwiches. I forgot that we gave away sandwiches. It's been so long that I've done that. So yeah, I'm excited. Hashtag raise it, boys and girls. Get your entries in there. We're talking about a win, an honest to goodness win. So against a better team than us. Now they're not playing at their peak, but they're a better team. You look at their lineup versus our lineup. They are definitely a better team, and they had much higher expectations. So yeah, congratulations, Donnie Kelly. I'm sorry for your loss, Neil, and let's talk about it.
You're still going. I gotta say, if you guys watch, and if you didn't, 6 o'clock premiered. You and Neil had a show about Derek Shelton and whatnot. If you haven't seen it already, it's live. It's out there. It's on podcast form already as well. I mean, it was good. It was actually pretty insightful. I like the way you two went back and forth. It was good information. And yeah, you had to troll a little bit on Neil, so I always appreciate that also. But any rate, today was the very first day. Don Kelly at the helm. This is his team now. He is the 2025 Pittsburgh Pirates manager. We saw the lineup, and there's always a lot of intent of what I do. I saw the lineup, and I tweeted out there Don Kelly's very first official lineup as the official Pirates manager, and I just wanted to see the responses. And of course, I saw a lot of, well, nothing's changed. It's a Derek Shelton lineup. What's nothing's changed. Nothing's different. Guys, girls, ladies, understand there's not much talent here on this roster, so like the lineups probably aren't going to change so much. So I just want to introduce one thing. In the Don Kelly era, you're probably not going to see too much difference of a lineup because, well, here's the talent.
Yeah, they didn't well, they brought up G1 Bay, but right, they didn't do a roster overhaul. They just had Donnie Kelly move over one spot in the dugout. It's now he did have the brilliant masterstroke of pulling Tommy Pham and putting Canario in there, and so again, that was great. That was, and from what I understand, he told both
all the right strings today.
He told both Canario and Triolo before they went up to the plate to hit home runs. So I mean, coaching them up, managing them. So
that's right.
Yeah, I mean, right. It's going to be a similar lineup tomorrow, and I'm still sort of tickled by the Bob Nutting interview where we have this sense of urgency to improve this team now. Really? And G1 Bay, that was the solution. I guess there's only, the only person that's not sure that G1 Bay can't play at the major league level is Ben Cherington. So, yeah, I mean, we're going to see a lot of the same old. I feel sorry for Donnie Kelly, right? It's like, wow, your first management job, and you have to decide between Canario and Pham and Frazier and Triolo, and and yeah, occasionally they're gonna come through for you, but more often than not, again, we only scored 3 runs, which is typically not enough for this team. So,
right. Well, I'll tell you what, and before we do go further, BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your #1 source for all your sports betting action. Baseball season is in full swing, and we're into NBA and NHL playoffs, and BetOnline has more ways to stay in the action with the latest odds, news and scores, and even live in-game betting while the games are being played. with the largest selection of odds on everything from MLB, NBA, NHL, and UFC. BetOnline remains the best online source for all your sports wagering info. In between games, head over to our BetOnline casino with all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino. BetOnline, the game starts here. And guys, starts right here too. Put your hashtag raise it's in if you haven't already. If you have, plenty have already gone out. This is your opportunity to win 2 sandwiches. If you've forgotten or aren't aware because it's been so long, we do give away 4 Primanti Brothers sandwiches to 2 winners. So yes, go ahead and hashtag raise it in the comments for your chance to win. We'll give those away at the end of the show. But yeah, I did want to, again, just touch on the lineup because, again, it's not as if Don Kelly has afforded many opportunities like Derek Shelton. The reasons we went at Derek Shelton for lineups was, like, for one, like, well, why is Kutch not in the lineup often enough, right? 2, like, why are we switching so many times? But also part of that is a Charrington thing. Like, when Valdez is leading off, it's, well, because there's not many options, and Shelton's trying to change and whatever. So, like, when it comes to lineup stuff, whatever, calm down. You're not going to see much difference because there's really not much difference you can do. With that said, Tommy Pham was in the lineup. I'm not sure what happened. It was a game time decision, more or less, right beforehand. They put in Canario, and that did come to help out, actually, in a big way. The odds are Tommy Pham wasn't going to do much. Canario did hit a home run. The Pirates win 3-2. That might have been a crucial change. And again, that wasn't on Don Kelly, I doubt. Doesn't seem as it was, but it's more of a Tommy Pham reason. Not sure why exactly, at least of yet.
Pham did come in as a defensive replacement.
He did. And
yeah, so
was
I mean, I mean, I don't know. So it doesn't appear to be injury related, but yeah, who knows? We won't find out. Or
he looked pretty. I mean, he was digging on Kutch a little bit when Kutch didn't, power that over the fence.
Yeah.
He looked fine on the bench. So yeah, not sure why he didn't play the game, but again, it seemed as if it really worked out for them. To talk a little bit about Canario. Canario is a guy who I'm really unsure on. I don't trust that he's going to be a good player. He does barrel the ball. He does hit the ball a lot. He doesn't make a lot of contact. The contact's up more this year than it has been in the past. I'm going to wait and see. At this point in time, your options is really either him or Tommy Pham. Well, we see what Tommy Pham's doing. There's some unknown to Canario. I'm in the let's maybe make it a little more known. Let's see what he has. I mean, we see he can run into it. Tommy Pham has yet to do so.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the things I was saying to Neil, in our debate about the Shelton, is that, I'd rather see the Gorskys and the Canarios. To me, I don't care what they say about their sense of urgency and making the team better now. This season is over. They're not making the playoffs. So let's answer some questions. Hopefully, for the new general manager that'll be coming, right? So yeah, play Canario. I don't know. He hasn't looked good, but a lot of guys don't look good their first 2 months in the major leagues with limited playing time. So give him some run, right? I'm saying, catch Henry 3-4 times a week, play Bart at first and some DH, and play play Kutch in the outfield maybe twice a week, spread it out by 4 or 5 days, my goodness, and then put him in the hyperbaric chamber or whatever, apparently he can't take a flight of stairs and then play the next day or something. So, I mean, again, I'd rather see Luis Robert Jr., come in, and even though he's not having that great or something like that. But until they make that kind of move, until they acquire that kind of talent, give me Canario, give me Gorski over Tommy Pham all day long. To me, that's an easy decision. Tommy Pham, I mean, it's been 3 years since he hit. It's not like he was scorching hot all of last year, and that you can think this is just a slump. It looks like the guy's done. So why are we running him out there? He can show that veteran fire and leadership from the bench.
Yeah. And I just want to say something with Matt here. Guys, Canario stinks. I mean, I feel like you're right. I think you are more right of Canario stinking than him being good. But at this point in time, you know who else stinks? The guys he's fighting for. And I guess where I'm at is he's 25. You have a chance to maybe find some lightning in a bottle. If Tommy Pham finds his way after this year, he's gone. I mean, a trade deadline, he's gone. It's over.
Right.
There's nothing there. If Canario finds his way, that's a guy in the future for your lineup, right?
Right.
And also he possesses talents that Tommy Pham doesn't possess. So far he hasn't been producing, but there has been a lot of bad luck. Extremely small sample, extremely. So I'm not using that to really say like, oh, he deserves this and he is good. What I'm saying is there are reasons to say I want to see more. When it comes to guys like Peguero, like what I don't like and turns me off a bit when you hear like, we'll just throw him out there and see what happens. Well, when the guys aren't doing it in AAA, like when Peguero is not even an average hitter in AAA, I don't know what sense it makes in your minds to say like, let's throw him out there because maybe he will be in the major leagues. It probably doesn't work that way. Like that's why Jack Swinski's down there in AAA right now with a 900 OPS, but he can't do it here.
Yeah.
Goes down and he tears it up, has 1,000 OPS. Can't do it here. So I don't know what makes you think like a Peguero, or all any of these players, a Bay who can't do it in AAA is going to do it up here. Canario's done it. His struggle is he hasn't been able to do it up here like the Swinskis. At this point in time, I want to see a run from him. Give him almost regular playing time. See what he can do. That's the guy I want to say, see what he can do with.
I mean, again, we're asking that they sit Tommy Pham. We're not asking that they sit Brian Reynolds. We're not asking to cut into Kutch at bats or O'Neill Cruz at bats. We're saying sit the guy that's hitting 150. that has has basically grounded out, pop flied, or hit into a double play in nearly every at bat. To me, that's an easy call. All things being equal, if they're both sucking, go with the young guy that possibly has upside. We know that Pham has no more upside, right? There's no, and again, I blame all this on Rowdy Tellez, right?
Mm-hmm.
He sucked for 2 solid months, and then he had a little hot streak, and so now Charrington is sitting there going, our internal projections said that it was just a matter of time before he got hot, and.
Mm-hmm.
And not really. Like he had a nice month, but that was it. So yeah, it's again, we're not saying, Brian Reynolds, any of the, Hayes. I'm not even asking to sit somebody like Hayes, Tommy Pham, Adam Frazier, right?
Right.
It's Valdez. I mean, he's hurt now. We're not losing much if we're losing anything at all by playing Canario over Pham.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he goes 1 for 3 today, has 2 strikeouts, has a homer. I mean, like so far this season is exactly like that. Something's got to give. Something's going to normalize here. He's not going to have this barrel percentage while carrying all the other factors that make you think he's not a good hitter. You know what I mean? Like something's going to even out here. Let's find out what that middle ground is. But he opens up the scoring 1-0, a big home run. The way this game was going, I mean, we all knew Bryce Elder and our boy
Bailey Falter.
I'm sorry, Bailey Falter. I was Ferguson in my head. I'm sorry, Bailey Falter was going to have a pitching duel, right? I mean, clear as day that was going to happen today, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It was written in the stars. Falter's good at home. He's been really good at home. He started out, I don't want to say shaky because he wasn't giving up runs or anything, but he was walking some guys. He didn't look as sharp as he has in some of these outings, but he grinded through and seemed to, get a little better as the game went along. If I had any criticism of Donnie Kelly today, it would be like, Falter could have gone out there for the 7th.
Let's talk about that.
He only had 89. Yeah, he only had 89 pitches. He was he was looking stronger as he went. So, but
would you have liked
that's
to see
one of those.
More?
I would have, with the information that I have now. I don't know that Joey Bart or Bailey Falter would have said, "Hey, I'm cooked." You don't know, and I have nothing left or that sort of thing. But based on what we'd seen, I would say, yeah, sure. You always want to protect this bullpen, and the bullpen, which has its some really good stuff, makes things a little too interesting sometimes. And tonight was a perfect example of that. A 7-inning outing from Falter would have been great.
One thing about Falter's start today, I think you can make the argument because like he looked stronger. He was his very last pitch, 93.5 miles an hour. Like that was another thing too. I mean, again, we know he doesn't throw hard. He throw a little bit harder like recently than he has in the past, and the extension makes it look, better than what it is. The fastball was locating the fastball pretty well today as well. I mean, that's the key to Falter success. But also, like it's Bailey Falter. Almost it's like, okay, listen, you've given us 6, probably the best innings you could give. I mean, this is the best case scenario for Bailey Falter. Yeah. Let's take that W. Let's move over to the bullpen. We need, 4 innings worth of, of outs here. The guys had a day off, most are rested. I understand the bullpen has its struggles, but I feel like it's more certain people. Like overall, it's been pretty good. Santana usually rely on. Ferguson's usually pretty good. David Bednar has been better. His back up here. Like it's not a situation like in order for us to win, we're up 3-0. Bailey, we need you out here for the 7th. Maybe there's Paul Skeens. It might be a little bit different, but as a Bailey Falter, I'm saying like, hey, you've got a 6. Scoreless, looking really good. You did your job. Let's turn over because, again, guys have to do their job. The bullpen has to do their job. I think you can make that call. Like he looked very strong still in the 6th, but it was 89 pitches. And again, to me, he did his job. I'm perfectly fine with Don Kelly turning it over to the bullpen at that point in time. With
I mean that's fair, right? Like you got 6 shutout innings from Bailey Falter. Take your winnings and walk away from the table type thing, right? So
right.
I mean that's that's fair. Like I said, either situation, I wouldn't have been upset. I just would have been curious. I'd like to see it just because I like to see the starting pitcher go deep if they can. The way baseball is played now, your bullpen is so important. And we usually have ours fried by, sometime in early July, so if we could save an inning here or there, I'm all for it. But I mean, you can't argue with the move because it worked out right. It's exactly the way that Donnie Kelly wanted it to and the way that we wanted it to.
Yeah, it did. And again, like kudos to Bailey Falter. He looked really good today. This is why, the games he doesn't play too well, a lot of people pile on and Bailey Falter stinks. And it's like, I got to kind of reel people in here and say my piece on it. Like he is a very competent number 5 starter. And again, today shows exactly why. I mean, when the guy's on, he's on. When he's not on, he's not on. And for a number 5 starter, like you really can't ask for too much better for him. Now the Pirates could be afforded an opportunity here where they could have someone better, especially if Bubba's coming up here soon. I think it's more of a Mlodzinski thing, obviously, but like Bailey Falter's your number 5 guy. Today shows why like you're okay with that. And he has what, a 4.40 ERA on the year. Like nothing really stands out and says like he's awful when he has to go. This isn't like Carmen Mlodzinski, which again, that's for a different reason. But like Carmen Mlodzinski, you look at and say, okay, that's trouble. That's bringing your rotation down. Bailey Falter can go out there and he can win you games, and he's not going to do it day in and day out. That's what a number 5 starter is. But days like this is why you look out there and say, hey, you know what? You gave us a real good opportunity to win. You went 6, right? We only had to get blowouts from the bullpen. It's not as if you taxed anyone. Like this is why he's very capable.
Right. Yeah. If Donnie wants to win the fan base over, he'll bring someone in the 4th inning on Sunday for Mlodzinski, or he won't start him at all. He'll put him right to the bullpen.
Right.
Yeah. Jim is calling you out on your mouth. He only needed to get 9 outs. The bullpen only needed 9 outs, 7th, 8th, and 9th. So.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I was going to let it slide, but Jim,
No, don't let that slide. Don't let that slide. But yeah. So again, kudos to Bailey Falter. Had a phenomenal start today. And again, on the other side, Bryce Elder was looking pretty good as well until Canario broke it out. And then, hey, Jared Triolo also came through. Now, Tyler's making a hot call last week. He says it's coming. It looks like it's coming from Tree. Now, it didn't happen last week. It carried over till today, but Tree pulls one and takes 1 yard and makes it 2-0. So, of course, Bailey Falter is shoving. Canario and Jared Triolo are hitting homers to take the Pirates for the lead, just as everyone scripted this game to go, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly how, you thought it would play out. You thought the 7th and 9th hitters would, would hit, blast some homers. And Bailey Falter would pitch a gem. I mean, it was obvious. Like, I don't know why anybody thought anything else would happen. Um, Hey, Triolo looks like he should be able to at least hit with power. I mean,
I know.
it's so frustrating. I mean, I think the average major league hitter now, the average batting average is like 236. If I know this is a popular refrain with us, but imagine if Triolo could just hit 236 and hit 10 to 12 home runs and play shortstop, as good as he is defensively.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't need 20 home runs. I don't need, a 280 batting average. Just don't hit 140, dude. I mean, just,
Right.
you're a big, strong looking kid. Pop a few out, hit some doubles. Oh man, I mean, I so much want to keep that, and I don't think it's coming. I have to disagree with Tyler, which I hate to do, but it just doesn't
No, I
look
think
like it's
he
there.
he said the home run was coming. That's what
Oh,
he was
okay.
saying.
Oh, the home
Because
run.
there's a
Right?
few times. I mean, he was getting warning track power
Yeah.
last week. He was getting close. He's like, it's coming. So it came today.
Yeah, but he said the home run and not the home runs, right?
Right. The home run.
The home run, right?
Pump the brakes.
Right. We need a
Not
little
the Jared
more than
Triolo breakout, just the
Yeah.
Jared Triolo singular home run was coming.
Yeah. All right. So he was just a little off. We'll give him credit.
Yeah. But I'm with you. You would think so. You expect he just doesn't, and he just is what he is. I think he's still not gonna be this terrible of a hitter, but I don't really anticipate him being that guy, good enough hitter, just a utility guy with a glove. But we need him to be that guy. That's the problem. Like, he hasn't been that guy. Even with the glove, he struggled a little bit this year. I think it's more of an anomaly than anything, right? I mean, there's a reason he's a Gold Glove winner, but yeah, like he hasn't been good all around. Again, even on the defensive side. Today, though, was a good game from him, defensive side. But then, like I said, he hits the home run. Brian Reynolds gets on base. He hits one. He's been struggling mightily. Still struggled today, but he did get a hit. And then Kutch comes up behind him, and Dougie hits a home run.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, he doesn't. He looked like so, but it wasn't. It was close.
Yeah. I mean, right on the top of the wall and then bounce back in. And they said this on the broadcast, but thankfully Reynolds was running. Right? Like, thankfully he scored on that, because it looked like a home run to everybody. And yeah, I mean, it was nice. It was nice to see Reynolds get on. Cruz got that first leadoff hit, and, bam, double play, just like that. So we really need, we might not need June Reynolds yet, but we at least need, a ramp up to that, because he's been dreadful lately.
We need everything other than 2020 Brian Reynolds, and so far that's what we've had this year is 2020 Brian Reynolds. I mean, he's a negative WAR player.
Yeah,
he's all around. Just he's not good. He has to be better than this.
He's playing poorly, but it's impacting Cruz, right? He's having these bad at bats. Cruz gets on, he doesn't even have time to steal, because Reynolds is getting out on the first or second pitch, or he's grounding into double plays, and no protection at this point for Cruz. So yeah, we need him to get going, just to make things, just to get this offense trying to crank up a little.
Right. Doug, I'm sorry. I'm laughing here because I feel like we've been hijacked. I feel like this is Jim. Apparently someone put up a poll, and it's not me. I'm the one logged into North Shore 9's account here on YouTube. Someone put up a poll saying, are the Pirates World Series bound with Don Kelly at the helm? That wasn't me. I think that was Jim. I'm laughing too. I'm laughing.
Yeah. He says,
so
Jim
far,
says
47% say yes. I agree. See, Neil? See?
All this time, for a year and a half, you've been saying he just doesn't have good players, but I don't know.
Need 77 more wins to be a 90-win team.
Yeah. Wait, how many games left? I mean, what do they got to go? They got to go 64 and 12 or
this
something.
is going to be the line. They were a playoff team, Doug. They just ran out of games.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Um,
the Washington Nationals made it to the World Series after being 19-31, like at the end of June, end of May or something. So,
yeah, there
you
you
know,
go.
perhaps if we had Max Scherzer and Juan Soto and Anthony, a healthy Anthony Rendon, we could. I think they had Trey Turner and Kyle Schwarber, and yeah, Harper was gone, but yeah, they were still pretty good.
Well, you know what you got to do, Doug.
And you guys needed to keep believing.
That's it. I don't know why you've stopped.
My faith has been shaken.
There it is. But no, for real. So again, the offense, it did enough. Like you mentioned earlier, 3 runs isn't enough really to win. Thanks to Bailey Falter and company, it allowed them to win. They win 3-2 today. But I mean, they still had 12 strikeouts, Doug. 12 strikeouts, 0 walks, 5 hits. Somehow or another, with just 5 hits, no walks, and 12 strikeouts, they mustered up 3 runs.
And they win. Yeah.
And they won. So again, the power of a manager. That's
what again,
Don
a
Kelly.
Masterclass.
That's it.
Jim Leland 2.0 there. I mean, it's
yeah. So Sugar comes in, and again, he finishes, goes 0.2 innings, gets a strikeout, gets a walk. Don Kelly pulls the strings here. Someone announced up. He goes in and gets Ferguson in to get the last out, and he does it.
And he very, very deftly asks the umpire if they've announced the pinch hitter, So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's on top of things. He's playing
top.
3D chess while everybody else is playing checkers there. So
that's right.
Right.
Brings in Ferguson. What's Ferguson do? Gets the out out of the inning there. Big time out there. Good job, Ferguson. Good job, Don Kelly. Hands the ball over. That's when Bednar comes in. Now that did look shaky. The 8th inning, and he went Bednar first.
Right.
Nothing,
that alone is impressive.
No
he was not married to the I have to pitch Bednar in the 9th or I have to pitch Holderman in the 8th. He brought Bednar in the 8th. Yep. Bednar made it interesting or terrifying, however you want to phrase it, but he did get it done. So yeah, I mean, I just like the fact that he didn't feel obligated to I have to pitch him in the 9th inning, because even though I say I'm going to go with matchups, I'm always pitching him in the 9th inning. So
yeah, and yeah. I did want to say that too with Bednar. It wasn't clean. It wasn't pretty. It was 2 hits while striking out the side.
Yeah.
The curveball looked good when it wasn't in the middle of the plate. I still feel positive about him, if that makes sense. Again, like tonight wasn't pretty. It hasn't been completely pretty since coming up, but it's certainly been better, I feel. He looked better today.
Absolutely.
That to
so
me,
much
like,
better.
Tonight, almost felt like a confidence builder for him as well, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah, he looked so much better than he did late last season and then early this season. Yeah, if we could get him back to again, he didn't give up any runs. Yeah, he made it a little nerve-wracking, but in the past he'd put these 2 guys on and then, let somebody else hit a double. So yeah, since he's been back, he's been pretty good. If we can have him be a reliable part of his bullpen and used properly, I'm all in on it.
Yeah. Again, he got the first out, had 2 guys on, just 1 out, and strikeout. And like I said, that guy was pumped. That was a big moment. I mean, this game could have easily went the whole other way. It's 3-0. David Bednar could have made it 3-1, 3-2, or even tied game at that point in time, with just 1 out and 2 guys on. Back-to-back strikeouts. Guy was pumped. They said that they really wanted to send him back down to get his confidence back. We were talking last year, like his stuff was still there, wasn't as clean, but like that's why you felt like Bednar could come back. So again, tonight he was in a big situation and he got himself out of it. So hopefully that's something he can build on from as well. But then Santana was the one, right? Santana, who's been excellent. That's your guy, Mr. Dope himself.
Yeah.
He just didn't have it today. I felt he just didn't really have it. It's okay. He got out of it as well. The Pirates do win.
Yeah, he did not look sharp, but
no.
he only gave up 2, right? He didn't let the game get tied, right? We didn't have to go to extra innings or, and we didn't have to come to a bat in the bottom of the 9th. It was not pretty. He did not look good. I still have a ton of confidence in him. He's been very good. They can't all be, perfect 10 outings. So in the end, it's a win. It's what was it, a 7-game losing streak and lost 10 of 11 or something like that. I mean, it's a win, and it's against a better team than us. They're not as good this year as they've been, but still, I mean, every team we've played is a better team than us. So
the Rockies I think come
until the Rockies come to town, but I'm not making any bold declarations that we're better than them either.
Right. Well, Doug, I think it's time. What do you think?
No, I do. I mean, it's overdue. I just want to see it happen. I think I've got to do this one other time this year on a Paul Skeens start.
Last chance. Go ahead and get your hashtag Raise It's in. We have 107 entries as of right now. So go ahead and do that. We're giving away 4 sandwiches to 2 winners. Hashtag Raise It in your comments for your chance to win. And if you have done it, go ahead, subscribe. You can also hit the little join button below, become a member on our YouTube channel. That gives you all the emojis you're seeing in the chat right now as well. Some cool things. And also Michael B, thanks for the super $2. Appreciate it.
I don't know if moving Reynolds to the 6th spot does anything. I don't. I mean, I wouldn't be offended. I wouldn't be outraged or anything, but just hopefully he can just get going. I mean, that's what we need more than anything else, and get him going. We'll see.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Did we cover all that? Go back and watch NS9 last night. They did a great job. They had Noah Hiles on. Go back and watch Neil and I discuss the Derek Shelton firing. We had a lot of fun. All sorts of stuff out there from us.
That's right. There is definitely a lot of stuff out there. So let's go and do it. Let's go ahead and draw. So this is the first time we've done it like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, it's been a while.
David, congratulations. You're our first winner of 2 sandwiches. So what you need to do is go ahead and email us or DM us on socials, preferably Twitter, on Discord, Instagram as well. If you don't have it already, download the Primanti Bros app. That way you have it, and then just give us the email that you have associated with it. If you already have the app, then just give us the email that's associated with it. And those sandwiches probably in your account, if not tomorrow, probably on Monday, since I guess it is.
Are these the first sandwiches we gave out in May?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. We've been winless in May.
Holy cow.
And Cody. Not our Cody, for the people listening on the podcast.
Yeah, this Cody can win.
There it is. Yeah, Cody Scott. So congratulations. You also won. So go ahead and DM us, email us, message us some way or another. Give us that email address associated with your Primanti Brothers account. We'll have those sandwiches loaded. So congratulations, everyone. Congratulations to Don Kelly on his first official managerial win for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Doug, any last words before we get out of here?
No. Hey, it was a good win. Again, it's sort of the way that the Pirates are going to have to win baseball in close, low scoring games. So hopefully tomorrow, he can bounce back a little, and we can get on a roll. That's all we can hope for. But I mean, thanks to the chat. We haven't had a win in May, and you guys are out here in full force. So, and checking me, on everything. So
that's right. But again, it's the power of Don Kelly.
Yeah, exactly. Good vibes. Yeah. We got good vibes.
Great vibes. We will see you guys tomorrow for another post-game show. Love you all as always. Bye-bye.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.